Hey guys, Timmy here, and welcome back to another episode of Underdog. In today's episode, we're going to be going over the C.A.R SMG. Now, the C.A.R SMG is a pretty good weapon in Titanfall. It really bridges the gap between the high rate of fire and the close range effectiveness that the R97 SMG has, and the carbine power and the more medium range power that the R101C has. And really, since it bridges the gap between those two guns, it really makes it one of the better guns in Titanfall, with the R101C and the EVA shotgun for some of the best guns in the game. So first things first, let's talk about the damage for the C.A.R SMG. Now, the C.A.R SMG has a maximum damage of 66 with a minimum damage of 35, making it a 4 to 6 shot kill at closer range with 4 shots and at longer range with 6 shots. Now, what's interesting is that it has the same close range power as the R101C. It's really powerful, to be honest, and it actually has a higher rate of fire too, so it will actually dominate an R101C at closer range. It's funny though, because the 66 damage, it could almost be a 3-shot kill, but it needs 2 more points of damage. So if the pilot that you're shooting at is already hurt, if it took, like, say, a damage from a grenade or got shot by a grunt at least once, you'll be able to take him out in 3 shots, which is really good. And obviously the damage has to drop off, but it drops off pretty steeply, so it really drops off down to a 6-shot kill, which is not the best. I mean, compared to, say, the R97, it's a little bit more powerful, but it's still a pretty good gun, and it's really powerful at that close range. If you can stay in like that range where it beats out the R101C, that's really good. Now, the rate of fire for the C.A.R SMG is 846 rounds per minute. That is faster than the R101C, but slower than the R97. So you can see where it kind of like bridges the gap between those two guns. So it is much better at closer range than the R101C, but the R97 will beat it out because it does have a faster rate of fire. So the rate of fire for it, it's really pretty fast, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to say like, wow, I feel like this gun's shooting pretty slow. It's really not. It's a fast rate of fire, and you do want to like control your recoil a bit because of like the faster rate of fire, but it's nothing like too bad that you have to worry about it like so much. Now, the reload time for the C.A.R SMG, really fast. It is really quick, much faster than the R101C, kind of around where the R97 is, with a 1.9 second reload with bullets still in the magazine, and 2.53 seconds with no bullets in the magazine. Pretty quick. If you have the quick reload kit, it's even faster. For my suggested loadout, I'm going to say you want to have the quick reload kit. You really want to have like those fast reloads on the move, so you really want to have that quick reload kit, but the reload times are really not that bad for what they are. So really quick reload times are really good, and it's a really good gun. Now, the magazine size for the C.A.R SMG, it's actually lower than the R97. It is 30 rounds, which is the same as the R101C. It's really an average 30 rounds, pretty good. You could extend a mag to 40 rounds. I don't suggest extend a mag. If you want to use it, you can, but it's an average magazine size, really. That's all I could say for it. Now, the loadout for the C.A.R SMG is pretty simple. I wanted a really fast mobile gun. This is one of the best things about this gun. It has one special attachment for it that really makes it really good and really makes it one of the best SMGs in Titanfall, one of the most used guns in Titanfall. So optics, only one choice. You can either have iron sights or you can unlock the HCOG. I just put the HCOG on because why not? I mean, I'm not usually aiming down sight as much with this gun, but if I want to use it for, say, more medium range combat, I do have the HCOG sight. And if you don't want to use it, that's fine. I just like using the HCOG, so if you want to use it, go right ahead. If you don't, you could just skip right over it. Now, for the modifications, there are 3. You have extended mag, which obviously increases your magazine size. I really don't suggest it. I think 30 rounds is enough, especially for like the rate of fire and how it is. I think it's more than enough, so you could use it if you want. I really don't suggest it. You could use a suppressor if you want to stay off the minimap. Again, if you want to use it, go ahead, but I don't suggest it. For this setup, the one attachment you have to use is the Counterweight attachment, which basically balances out your gun and reduces like the recoil, and really in simplest terms, how your crosshair is while it's walking, it will always be like that. Your crosshair will never move, making this an amazing hipfire machine. So you could easily rush up on people and shoot them with the C.A.R SMG because you have the counterweight attachment on, and you could just be spraying them from the hip and not have to worry about it. I believe there's actually a not modification, like a perk or for your highlight. And then it's like in the same thing in the quick reload kit. It's where you could have your SMGs and pistols while running, like you could shoot them. So this would actually be really useful there, because if you can sprint and shoot your SMG at the same time, that is really good. Especially if you're going down like zip lines with the counterweight attachment. It is ridiculous how far you could hit people without having to aim down sight. And it's really easy too, because you could just say pop around a corner and you see someone, you can start hip firing, keep shooting, and then bring up your sight so you could finish them off accurately. It's a really great gun. This is probably one of the better guns in Titanfall. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Underdog. Try out the C.A.R SMG. It is really good. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, favorite, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.